Thank you very much, Father Nilo. We would now like to call on Father Benjo Fajota.
When I joined the Met in late 1980, I still had the hair on my head. And my most unforgettable experience with the Met Chorus was outside the Met. It was a production of the Met. Kagagawa lamang po ng PICC at that time. And there was an international convention. And on the last night, they were treated to a musical extravaganza, cool fashion show with the late Miss Lumen David. And you know, at the end of the fashion show, mayroon pong finale doon ay yung bride lalabas, no? Yung bridal gown. And then, ako yung piniling kumanta ng solo, kapiraso lang. No? While the bride is coming in, there was this background song of Miss Filipino. It was an original song composed by Butch Montserrat, I think, if I remember it right. And I was given that piece for me to study just a few days before. And Doktora, aminin ko, ayoko nung kanta. Masyado mababa para sa akin kahit bass 2 po ako, I found it very low. And parang hindi ko type yung melody, no? So, ganun pa man, no? The model was very tall, she was 5'10", and naka-heels pa, so I had to step on a platform. So when she was coming in, there was this background song. Pagdating niya, paglapit niya sa akin, I had to sing my solo part. And from then on, no, yung pong kinakanta ko, kinakabahan ako, talagang sobra ang kabog ng titig ko. After the song, the last note was off-key. 2,000 delegates from all over the world, not a single applause. Andun po yung mga kasama ko sa chorus, nakatingin sa akin. They were so stunned. Hindi rin sila nakapalakpak. And I thought to myself, it was a very, very, talagang para sa akin, grabbing experience. And I thought to myself, kasi right after that portion, it was supposed to be the grand finale. Masayang-masaya. No? Lahat nakapasok ako, nagmumukmok sa backstage. Sabi ko, at least for the effort, I should have been given an applause. Do you agree? Yeah, 33 years after, nakuha ko yung aking palakpak. And similarly, just like Father Nilo, mula po ng experience na I was so traumatized, I never sang solo in public. Malakas po ang loob ko pag grupo, pero talagang hindi ako naglakas ng loob na kumanta ng solo. So, Doktora, Tito Chingay, Miss Tito Chingay lang na mayo, I saw Mr. Nomerson right after the Mass. And Doktora, you are not only a mentor, a very good friend, but your family to me. Thank you so much. At nais ko pong publicly pasalamatan din si Miss Beverly Santiago. Hindi niya alam, sana nangyayari sa akin para mag-join at maging member ng Met Chorus. Thank you.
So 2 of the Met Chorus members you've heard from so far ended up in the priesthood, and the professions of all the other members are so varied. Right now, let's welcome Cherry Manzano. She is a publisher in a U.S. magazine, in a U.S. publishing house. She's an editor. Please welcome her.
Dito po yung publisher. Anyway, I joined the Met Chorus immediately after graduating from college. To be honest, that was in 1984. College. To give you an idea, lahat po kami over 50 years old. Anyway, I was lucky to be accepted as one of the chorus members. And whether you were working or not, you had rehearsals every day, every single day. Whether may production o wala. Pagkatapos, we were trained like Father Nino said, we were trained to sing, dance, and act. I think we are one of the few choirs na jack of all trades. We were taught by the Met dancers. And sa mga productions po namin, mahigpit si Doktora at saka yung director ng show. Pag nasa stage ka, kailangan in character ka. Kahit na nangangating ilong mo, naiihi ka na, o kaya gusto mong bumahin, hindi ka pwedeng gumalaw. Freeze, bale. And pag malapit na yung production, meron po kaming what we call quartet exams. It's similar to the exams of maths. Tatayo kayo sa harap ni Doc, walang pyesa, kakantahin mo yung lahat ng songs sa production. Si Doc po, bionic ang tenga. Kahit na nakatalikod siya, alam niya kung sino yung kumakanta at kung anong nota yung kinakanta ng mali. She has 6 eyes at the back of her. Well, it was 4 at that time. Now that we've come together to rehearse again, I found out it was 6. So, anyway, for us po, to be honest, tonight is a very special experience. This is the first time that the Met Chorus is singing again together after the Manila Metropolitan Theater closed down sa Adolfo in 1987. So we're very thankful that you're here to join us because for us, this is a very, what I call a very spiritual experience. You cannot realize how much fun. Siguro pag nakita niyo yung Facebook page namin, makikita niyo, puro picture. Ang attendance record namin, picture taking. So, it has been a very joyful ride for all of us to be back together, and we hope that we will stay together for the future years to come. And we hope that Doktora, who will be living for Canada, she's now a resident of Canada, will visit us back here again to sing with us and to sing for you. Thank you. Doc,
Thank you, Cherry. Some of those members of the Met Chorus that began there remained in the entertainment industry. Last but not the least, you've seen her on television, you've seen her on film. Please welcome the very vivacious Miss Beverly Salviejo.
Kailangan prim and proper na sa simbahan. Gaya po ni Father Nino, hindi naman ako talaga mag-audition. Nung boyfriend ko kasi noon, gusto niya mag-audition. Eh di ngayon, sabi, baka mamaya i-break ako kapag ako hindi sumama. Di sinamahan ko mag-audition. Nakuha ako siya, hindi. Pero ako na siya, reserve chorus. Kasi meron kami tinatawag na regular members. Yung regular members na yan, 24 lang yan sa lahat ng produksyon kasama. Yung regular paminsan-minsan lang. Ay, yung reserve paminsan-minsan lang. Yung regular, yun ang regular na kasama sa lahat-lahat ng produksyon. Ngayon, kasi nakakita siya ng mas maganda. Iniwan na yun ako, tumama doon sa maganda. Sabi ko ngayon, taga-US siya. Taga-USP ako. Paramihan tayo ng magiging miyembro. Action singers, audition kayo lahat. Nag-audition lahat. Kasama niya si Father Nilo, si Father Benjo, si Isay Alvarez, si Angie Sebastian, sino pa mga tagay, si Monica, maraming po kami. Tama kayo. Eh di syempre, regular na ako. Makeup ng makeup, we were very, very pampered at the Metropolitan. Kasi doon po ginagamitan kami ng mga magagaling na kuturiye. Pitoy Moreno. Ramon Valera. Tama ba? Ano pa si Cruz? Pangalan. Basta malulog silang mga pangalan. Nalimutan ko na yun. That was 30 years ago. konsini, iingatan ang damit. Hindi ka po pwedeng kumain ng nakasuot ang damit. Kaya kailangan, kung halimbawa kakain ka, lagi kang merong suot na bib. At hindi ka po pwede, hindi maganda. Kaso, kami ni Naisay, gusto namin lagi kami maganda. Pag may bagong make-up, try namin. Hindi ko na-realize na ako pala ay allergic sa napakaraming bagay. Gumamit kami ng bagong make-up on top of our beauty font by Avon. Kasi may Avon ladies kami nilagay kami. Kami gusto namin, gamitin pa namin ito. Habang nasa stage kami, sabi ko, kating ang mukha. Pagkatapos ng show, hindi ko na po kaya, usually noon, kahit na lumabas pa kami, naka-makeup pa ako para mukha akong maganda, di ba? Ngayon, ang kati-kating hinugasan ko, pagkatapos ng show, nakita ko, violet na yung ganito. Kasi allergic po ako doon sa ginamit na makeup, yung bagong makeup. Pagkatapos, sabi, akala ko mawawala. Pagkatapos ng ilang araw, mga isang linggo na, dumadami sila. Parami. Patong-patong na sila. Sa isang pimple, 5 ang mata. Nakita ngayon sa ako ni tinanong ako ni Tita Conchino, what happened to your face? I was allergic to the cosmetics that I use. But Avon? No, Tita, you should not use that. Sabi ngayon sa akin ng aming production manager, bakit kasi hindi ka nalang magpa-derma? Wala akong kilala eh. Okay, eto, punta ka dito ha. Eto, derma ito magaling dito. Kaya lang, pupunta ka dyan maaga pa. Kasi kapag kayong pumunta ka dyan ng mga bandang 7, marami ng tao. Pumunta po ako ng alas 6. Number 25 na ako. Nung nandun na kami, tiniris. Paglabas ko talaga paglabas ko ng dermatologist, turuan po ako. Literally. After 1 month, wala na po akong pimple. Mukha na lang. Tiniris. But anyway, marami po kami naging experience dito sa Met na napakaganda. I would like to acknowledge the presence of one of our friends here, Vicom Del Rosario, who is our tenor. Kaya kung hindi siya kasama sa akin dahil siya ay taga Pampanga, mahirap po mag-rehearse kapag kaganyan na luwas siya ng luwas. But anyway, from the Metropolitan Theater, we graduated to Magsimula Ka, and then we graduated to Miss Saigon, Germany. Chorus ang pumunta po sa Miss Saigon, hindi lang po si Isay Alvarez, hindi lang si John Briones, there were a host of others, probably half of us ay napunta po sa Miss Saigon. Kaya po, makikita po ninyo, magagaling po talaga sila. Ako, naging komedyante, kasi nakita nila, alam niyo po, I was 70 pounds. You could just imagine how small I was. Sa stage, ipinagbabatuhan ko ng mga dancers. Dahil sabi nila yun, pag nag-good time ang mga dancers, nag-good time talaga yan, sinasagda talaga ako, pinaggaganyanan ako. Ginagawa ko akong basketball. Sa liit ko, I was 70 pounds, ang aking bewang ay 19. Ganon ako kaliit. So anyway, noong maliit na maliit akong ganon. Si Vicom, ang aking naging partner, si Father Nilo, si Father Benjo, hindi po. Si Father Benjo ay naging class ko po sa UST at hanggang ngayon magkaibigan po kami. Pero I remember him yung marami pa siyang mukhang goon. Oo. Nung naging komedyante po ako, nalimutan. Ako po'y kumakanta. Hanggang ngayon po, walang naniniwalang marunong akong kumanta. Sana po kayong lahat na nandito ngayon, naniniwala na kayo. Maraming salamat.
Thank you so much for sharing those wonderful anecdotes, Father Nilo, Father Bencho, Cherry, and Beverly. The next numbers you will hear this evening are a medley from Sarumbangi, Minamahal Kita, Bandangguhan. Please welcome back the Manila Metropolitan Theater Chorus.
Ang
The Met's productions also included several original works. National Artist for Literature, Bien Lumberas Libretto, was set to music by Lucio San Pedro in Ang Palabas Bukas, a musical about a talented country lass who leaves for the big city to try and find stardom. The hustle and bustle she encounters in Manila is portrayed in the song A las Cinco. One of the younger composers also commissioned was Ruben Federizon, a graduate of the University of the Philippines College of Music, San Francisco State University, and the University of British Columbia in Canada. He was already well known as a choral composer, but Ang Maynila is taken from his original work, Batito.
Now
history as a nation. But the country and its people, we Filipinos, are ever resilient and optimistic, and nowhere is that sentiment better expressed than in the next two songs depicting our love of country. Metropolitan Theater. She is best known as Tita Chingay to everybody. Please welcome writer and director, Miss Chingay Lantameo.
Good evening. May I request a member of the Met Chorus to join me here?
Check. And when the night is cloudy, there is still a light that shines on me. Shine until tomorrow, let it be. I wake up to the sound of music. Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom. Let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Speaking words of wisdom, let it be.
Most of us recognize that song composed by the Beatles. That was 40 years ago. As we all know, when words fail, music speaks. For some of you who may not know how to pray, they say, sing. Music is a great unifier, an incredible force, something that people who differ on anything and anything else can have in common. And there is something so evocative in the words of Hannah Harrington from the novel Saving June. And this is described of the character. He took his pain and turned it into something beautiful, into something that people connect to. And that's what good music really does. It speaks to you, it changes you. And that is the magic that has happened tonight. When you heard the voices of 22 people speaking the universal language of the Filipino soul. When you hear these voices of 22 people, and you will hear a great song performed tonight, the Hallelujah. The Hallelujah was composed 4 centuries ago and is still being sung today. This is the magic that was happening when the Manila Metropolitan Theater was rebuilt from the ashes of World War II. What was happening at the Met was that was the year when the late Conchita Sunico, appointed then executive director of the Met, pulled together some of Manila's most creative artists in music, in song, in theater, and dance. For 21 years, until the passing of Tito Panching in 1989, the Met stage became the showcase of the world's great music, from opera to Broadway, but a showcase of our country's most notable composers. The Met became the home of Philippine musical theater. The music of Philippine musical theater had a voice, and the voices that sang the sentiments of our ancestors, from Philippine folk songs to Abelardo, to San Pedro, to Ryan Cayabyab, were voices of members that you listen to tonight. They are all individual artists. Each one auditioned. Many were untrained voices who later would become famous as Beverly, Xavier,